Okay, so this is a little bit different content, and I mean it's new content for this channel. I've moved away from doing the coaching and content creation stuff that I've done on Despite OW before, and I've moved over to doing some sort of interviews and content regarding Tier 2 in Europe and just general kind of professional play, things like that. So I wanted to go back to this just because I had a pretty decent game here on push, and it was suggested by one of the guys I was playing with, Battle Dog, there on the Kiriko, suggested that I just publish this and discuss um, push maps. So this is by no means like the only way you can play this, and I would go so far as to say it's probably not even the best way you can play it. But this is a really conservative approach to playing push. Um, and it's one that I really, really like. So we were on a bit of a losing streak here, so we're definitely in losers queue. So that might have some bearing on it. But to be honest, what I think really helped here was that we were coming pretty hard here, and I think we benefited from that. So we're a 4 stack up in the top left here. So there's me on the Ramatra in a second, and I'm queued with these three guys. So the Brig is not queued with us, and I think that's a little bit apparent. No offense to the Brig, but it does become a little bit apparent, when we look at some of the plays and sort of where we wanted to go with them. So we start off by making a terrible mistake. I'm constantly guilty of going out the wrong door on this side of the map. So it puts us in a pretty bad position here, because what we really want to do here at the very start of New Queen Street is take this high ground. And especially now when we see this soldier, a pocketed soldier no less, take that high ground, we really, really want to be there. So you can see I start to kind of push in, but because we took that wrong door, we're not really in a great position to take it. So it doesn't start off too good for us here. We lose the Brig just because of this positioning thing. I'm coming here for help contesting this top left, ignoring the point, not too interested in it. Until it hits checkpoint, it's pretty much anyone's game on New Queen Street. So I just want to take this top left, and then we can look to re-engage on the point. So the guys on DPS here, they get the memo, and we start to regroup here. So DPS get a little bit cocky, we start to push them out. Nice shot here from Battle Boy, and we take this high ground pretty easily then. So now that we've had this again, our Brig not on the same page, but honestly not the worst thing. She's slowing cart down, so it's actually probably not too bad. We trade her out for both DPS, and we win this fight pretty handily. So this is a really good starting fight for us. I think in the end it could have gone a lot better. I think we would, if we had taken top left originally, this would have been a lot easier. I'm going to just turn these off. I think these are actually making things worse. If we had taken top left, or top right, sorry, originally, it probably would have went better. Now I pop ult here, probably unnecessary, but we do just want to secure this. Well, I suppose respawns are coming in. Maybe not the worst idea. We take point anyway, and we win this fight pretty convincingly. Ramatra's ult is pretty strong. I wouldn't normally play Ramatra, but because we had that Brig, I felt like it was probably the right thing to do. The real kind of meat of this map, and the reason I want to get into it in a little bit more detail, is the disengages and where we take fights and how we take fights. So as you can see here now, we're pretty far up here. We're holding this short stairs. The reason we're holding this short stairs is because I think we're aware that they have Ramult, and what we want to do is we want to bait Ramult and then look for Kiri ult to get us out. But we end up getting a pick here, yeah. So turns out we don't really need it all that much. We're just playing very conservatively, very safe, always pushing card, and we're coming up to equalizing here from that first fight. And I think we're in a much better position with ults and things like that as well. So we take lead and watch as we just immediately back out. We took lead, Brig again, not on the same page as us, but we immediately back out as soon as we take the lead. It's not a good fight on that corner there. That's why we wanted to fight on stairs, but when we took it here, it is what it is. Now, Battle Boy just kind of wins this fight for us. There's a reason we queued him, but the idea there was that we would have taken high ground anyway, and we would have just been able to choke them out just because we had those two picks. Now Ram popped ult here, which was mental. I follow up because I don't realize we're going to win that easily. I wish I had kept that, but it's fine. We're still in a pretty decent position here in terms of respawns and ults. And all we care about here is just where we take this fight. So the soldier had been on this flank pretty consistently. All we want to do here is try and see if we can squeeze out checkpoint and then back out again. Genji gets a bit aggressive, we take the fight in stairs. Stairs is a really good spot to take fight, especially with Compa running. And here we get checkpoint. Now I'm pretty sure we just back out of checkpoint here. Or as soon as we start, feeling a bit of pressure, we're just going to run. Maybe not. Oh yeah, okay, so we see the soldier ult here, and our Brig responds with rally. So we use Kiri there a little bit early. I think we probably end up losing this fight because of that. I mean, they did, we did swap 2 ults for their 3 ults. So not the worst. If we can stabilize in mid here, which is again a really good spot to take a fight. We're not married to that checkpoint, but we are pretty happy to try and hold on mid so we can keep that forward spawn. Nice dragon here, really pushes them back, puts them on that high ground, and gets them in a really bad position. So we're getting free progress on character or on bot here as well. We're taking a fight on high ground. It's in a nice spot for us, and yeah, we just cleaned that up. It was really probably a bit of carrying there from the DPS in terms of how we took that fight. We didn't disengage as well as we would have liked, but it's not the end of the world. So again, while they're not taking a fight, we're going to just take car progress. Here's the fight where I believe where they have Ramult. We don't have anything. Oh, I think we might match Ramult here. But yeah, okay, there we go. There's our disengage that I was kind of hyping up. So they had Ramult. We didn't really want to fight that, so we just take a disengage, come out and look to fight in mid again. We have forward spawns always, so fighting mid here as opposed to fighting where the spawns are equal is the right thing to do. They wanted to take a fight on stairs. That's really good for us in this position, so I popped ult, and I try and take a bit of space here. I think I do eventually get punished for this. I think I got too aggressive. Genji in the backline. Yeah, I'm super aggro here, but oh no, I think we do clean this up actually. Yeah, I wonder, is that anything to do with defense on the Genji here? Yeah, I think Battle Boy hits a nice shot on the Genji, which probably serves us very, very well in terms of like how aggressive I went. They overcommit, I think, on that kind of on the back line trying to get something done. But yeah, that's a really nice shot there, and that's actually what started off the engage to begin with. So that was really good from Battle Boy again. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the res. It doesn't stop the res, but we can make work of it. Genji's forced to back out. There's just too much pressure there. Not enough heals. And yeah, we take that pretty convincingly. But again, that all stemmed from that original disengage. We're happy to take fights in mid. We just don't want to take them in this point here for no reason. Now, they have Ramult. We're aware of that. Again, comms, ult tracking, that is all like to the highest level that we could possibly do at our elo. And we're just taking space here. We're waiting for the Ramult. We Kiri and we run away. Simple as. Now, the Kiri did not quite get the mark there. We were hoping for something a little bit more backwards. And of course, Brig, not being on the same page, you'll see Brig gets picked off a little bit here. So we're taking a fight in stairs. It's a good spot for us, but I think we do get punished here eventually. We do lose a fight here somewhere along the lines. But again, it's all about taking fights in mid. That's where we want to take the fights. Insane again from Battle Boy, just really clutching out some of these things. And we just don't let the soldier take high ground. But we're a little bit split here. I think this is probably where we lose, yeah. I'm chasing deep here on these guys. I don't care about too much about this, them getting any progress here. I'm aware that we can get back in time to contest and stop them getting checkpoint, and that's what really matters. Like, these couple of meters here that they're getting are not important. We're in a really good spot then in terms of pinching them with three guys from behind and 2 in front, and it works really well. Now our Brig is like soloing the Genji, but gets the job done, can't complain. But yeah, we were happy to overinvest on the soldier Mercy because we knew we could get back in time to contest the card from checkpoint, which is all that really matters. It's not about, you know, um, how many fights you win or anything like that. It's all about where you win them and where you are going forward. So we take checkpoint. I'm pretty sure we don't push any further. Like, we have no interest in it. It's not going to do anything for us. We're in the best possible position that we can be in right now. So we just try and hold the flanks. This is where we lose here to Visor, I believe. Or possibly even more than Visor. Yeah. So again, a little bit split here. Brig is not with us. I think the call there was to go back into the left door if we did need to disengage. But it's hard to remember. Battle Boy again, just kind of really getting work done. But they eventually do clutch that out and are able to take a little bit more space or stabilize to the very least. But again, because we're taking fights here and we're not trying to push the cart or push the bot further and further and further, like, we're happy that we got checkpoint. We're in a really good spot here to re-engage. Now, look, we don't get it every time. You can't win them all, etc., etc. But we are in such a really good spot. Yeah, so this is my first death. Again, like I said, I play very conservatively when I do play on tank, especially on push, because you know, this is sort of how I approach the map, or the mode, I should say. It's just, it is all about staying alive and taking the fights that you want to take and not getting sucked into bad fights. So I call for a contest here, and we pump 2 ults into it, but you know, 30 seconds left. I think this is really, really worth it. I'm able to recontest on the back left here, and we're able to deny the forward spawn, so that's massive for us. We're on a level playing field here, in fact a tiny bit of an advantage, but that does diminish as we push forward. We got them on the back foot here so much. Absolutely clutch from Battle Boy again to get that pick, but yeah, and we end up winning the map. So I know it's probably a lot there to take in, but you know, there's a couple of key points to consider. Like, where are good spots to take fights, and like, just looking at this map here, or looking at this part of the map here, like, this mid ground here, including the high ground, is, you know, it's prime area to take a fight. If you have sort of like a, not so much of a chokehold, but these kind of angles downwards here on high ground, plus something to stop the cart, like, the enemies are in such a bad position here. So it's a really, really nice spot. Always try and take a fight in mid on like their side of mid. Stairs is also really nice if you're playing something like what we were playing, where we had the Ram, the Brig, the Kiriko. Really, really good here. And Cass and Hanzo were able to deny a lot of the Soldier Mercy and the Genji play. So it worked out really well for us. We were just a little bit brawlier. It was a nice spot to take fights there, as opposed to around this corner where we probably would have struggled with Soldier being here, and we often did. Whenever the Soldier perched up here as we took a fight here, we had to back out either through this way or take our chances this way. So it usually didn't work well for us. In the end, I don't think we get cart past here or bot past here because there's no need to. We have this checkpoint here. We're happy to play conservatively, and that's sort of what worked for us. But yeah, and the disengages, you know, knowing when they had Ram ult or when they had Blade or something like that, where we were going to go out, if it was this way or this way, or if we were going to overextend because we knew they weren't going to take checkpoint, this sort of stuff. It's all about when and where you take the fights and how you take them. It's not about the fights themselves. Yes, it helped that we were able to clutch out some of these things, but it wasn't a necessity, I think, for our success in this map. Anyway, a little bit of a ramble, short video. I just wanted to get this out, just as my thoughts on how the push map should be played. Again, it's absolutely not objectively correct. There's a lot of different ways you can play it. I know some teams just like to run it down and you know, just win on pure mechanics, but I do personally just prefer to play conservatively, and just calm, you know, just the fact that we had someone, you know, I'm quite comfortable calming, I'm quite comfortable with game planning, things like that. Having someone like that on the team made such a massive difference as well. So I suppose if anyone is out there and they're struggling with push maps, hopefully you got a few nuggets of wisdom here that you can probably take into ranked. Anyway, look, thank you very much. If you want to support me, guys, you can head over to Overview Overwatch. It's my interview channel. I get to sit down with a bunch of people. It's been a lot of fun working on that. And that is sort of my main project at the moment. So, any and all support to that would be greatly appreciated. There's some really great guys. I'll drop links in the description. And thank you for taking the time to watch this. Take care.